we got the blog post today where we get an announcement of 2 new characters to go along with Ghost Spider. That's going to be Scarlet Spider and Spider Punk, along with the rework or the mild reworks for Miles and Spider-Man. Also in this blog post, some changes to the RTA Battle Pass, which is somewhat controversial. They're removing character shards, or they're going to put in teal gear. That's good and bad, believe me. We're going to talk about all of that. Something that's not talked about in this post is what are going to be the G13 uniques. I'm fully expecting it's going to be Oz Formula. My goodness. I mean, if you think about it, symbiotes are all alien spores. Asgardians are all Uru. So that is a thing, and I'm at this point fully expecting them all to be superior Oz Formula. Let's get into the kits. And keep in mind that we've already reviewed Spider-Gwen's kit, and we've also already have reviewed the reworks, the mild reworks to Spider-Man and Miles Morales, although we may make reference to them. So we're going to skip all the way down to the first one, which is going to be Scarlet Spider, and we're going to go right to his passive. Before we do that, I also want to mention, in addition to this being a severe bottleneck, also Brawler. Oh my God. Brawler, there's going to be a lot of brawlers. I believe 4 out of the 5 of them are brawlers, because I know Miles and Spider-Man are brawlers, and then these 2 right here are brawler also, so that's going to be quite a bit. Now let's go down to the passive and read that first, and this is for Scarlet Spider. In raids on spawn, if this character has 4 more web warrior allies, apply offense up for 2 turns and death proof for 2 turns, and self and all web warrior allies. On turn, in raids, this happens 100%, but apply evade to 1 random non-summon web warrior ally or self that does not have an evade. In raids, always apply evade to 2 random non-summoned web warrior allies or self that do not have evade. And the reason why that's important is that basically Miles' passive says that you get speed up whenever they dodge, which is an evasion. And then also Spider-Man will give them 10% turn meter anytime. So that's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of stuff popping off. And then they also spawn with evasion because of Ghost Spider's passive. On successful attack by this character or any web warrior health, heal self for 1% of this character's max health. And then the whole team in raids also does that. He heals self and all web warrior allies for 3% of this character's max health. This is bonkers. Gain 30% dodge, gain 30% max health, and web warriors also gain max health. Gain 50% crit damage, and in raids, web warriors gain 50% crit damage now. Initially, I thought, oh, maybe we want to use Raider. That's not the case. We're going to go to the basic attack, and I'll talk about why this guy should be Striker, and they confirm that in the Strike Time video. Apply damage, and then do defense down. Chain to 2 targets, and apply defense down. Dodge breaks this change, but here's the thing. In raids, if Spider-Man's an ally, apply offense down and slow to each target. So we've got defense down, offense down, and slow. And in the Strike Time video, they confirmed that this will also happen on an ISO 8 attack, which means this guy is going to be a no-brainer striker character, in my opinion. Although a lot of them are going to be raiders, but this guy's are going to be striker. Let's go to his ultimate energy cost 4-6. Apply primary target for damage and apply slow. And then this is kind of wonky. I wish it wasn't this way, but they're making this a raid team. Attack all enemies for 300% damage. Clear all positive effects on any target that has slow. But in raids, just clear all positive effects. So this kind of just strips his viability of usefulness outside of raids, in my opinion. Or at least they're making him just more important in raids without a doubt. I'll give my thoughts on whether or not this team is going to be useful outside of raids, but I think they're going to be amazing inside of raids for sure. Energy cost 4-4. Attack primary target for 200% damage. Prolong the duration of 3 random negative effects, excluding ability block, stun, and trauma. And the trauma is worth mentioning because Spider-Punk is going to be applying trauma on his ultimate inside of raids. Again, only inside of raids. Chain to 3 adjacent targets for 200% damage and prolong the duration of the 3 negative random effects. That's just crazy. Excluding ability box, stun, and trauma. Counterattack breaks this chain. All right, so this guy looks like he's going to be the engine of the team. Striker seems good. Brawler, no word on what the G13 minis are going to be. I'm fully expecting Superior Oz at this point in time. Spider-Punk Let's go down to Spider-Punk, and Spider-Punk again, Brawler also. No official word on what his mini unique's going to be, but let's just assume Superior Oz formula. We're going to go all the way down to his passive first. On this character's or ally web warriors dodge, apply offense up to that character. So whenever they dodge, they're going to get turn meter, speed up, and offense up based on the passives of the other characters. On this character or allied web warrior, crit, clear heal block on self or a random web warrior ally with heal block. Okay, they're not going to have heal block. Gain dodge chance, gain crit chance. In raids, web warriors gain 30% crit chance. So I have a feeling that most of this team is going to be Raider based on the passives, with the exception of maybe Scarlet Spider is going to be Striker, right? All right, let's go to his ultimate, which has trauma in raids. Kind of bonkers. Attack all enemies for 250% damage. Apply heal block for 2 turns. Gain evade. In raids, if Ghost Spider is an ally, apply trauma for 2 turns to all enemies. Cannot miss. Now, cannot miss means that if he's blinded, it'll still pop off. But it can be dodged, is my understanding. But that's different than being unavoidable. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. Special Mosh Pit. Energy cost 4/4. Attack primary target for 160% damage. Gain up to 5 adjacent targets for 160% damage. Counterattack breaks this chain. In raids, instead, attack the primary target for 160% damage per 40% more damage per web warrior ally. Chain up to 5 adjacent targets for 160 damage and 40% damage per web warrior ally. Counterattack breaks this chain. Kind of a basic kit, on his special and his basic attack, other than the trauma. The trauma is pretty powerful ability, though. Attack primary target for 200% damage. If this character has any web warrior allies, bonus attack for 300% damage. Now, someone asked me, do you see that these characters being useful inside of Dark Dimension 5? Other than them having much higher stats, I'm not sure. And the other thing, too, is if they all have the Superior Oz formula, that's going to negate a lot of their usefulness. Maybe one of them will make it in there, but I can't see taking full teams of this stuff. We definitely have a shortage of good characters to take into Dark Dimension 5 for bio, in my opinion. MOJO's Mayhem, and this is regards to the changes being made to the RTA Battle Pass. Calling all fans of ratings and prizes, MOJO is set to start blasting the signal for the upcoming season of MOJO's Mayhem on December 3rd, which is today. The feature rewards for the rumbling real-time arena during the forthcoming season will be teal gear instead of character shards and purple phase bits, which you can use to purchase Taskmaster's Red Room costume. So I imagine that if for a lot of people that are not interested in getting into Dark Dimension 5 are going to be skipping this from now on, unless you're just set on getting costumes. So it's turned into get into Dark Dimension 5 and get costumes. Boy, I don't think everybody's going to like this. I really don't. Availability update. We're talking about the Phoenix costume is going to be disappearing soon. We've got the repeating legendary events for Fantastic Four, Invisible Woman. Then also we've got Blitzes coming up, which is going to be Elsa Bloodstone and Yondu. And then bonus and flash events. Basically, we're going to have double drops. Don't forget 2 times 0 is 0. Chaos Theories around the corner, the best one. And it says good luck, Commanders. Also worth mentioning, at the very, 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 very end of the Strike Time video, they talks about a faction being reworked. And he's like, yeah, it's going to be that faction. And there's only two possible ways of interpreting Cerebro at the end of the Strike Time video. Is one, he's either making reference to Ravagers, or 2, he's making reference to Hand. I believe he's making reference to a Ravager rework, and this comes along lines with the data mines and the rumors that have come through Tana about the Star-Lord T'Challa, which is basically the Black Panther what if guy that was basically Star-Lord. And maybe it'll be a tech raid team. No clue. What do you think? I'm pretty excited about that, I guess. Keep in mind, this is a double patch. this patch is supposed to last longer than like a normal patch, you know, well into January, let's say. And boy, 3 complete teams, 5 characters, and maybe possibly 10 reworks. Good for older players, veteran players, but probably bad for new players. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. People are saying Ravagers War Defense. I have